brilliant students and a state which always leads in its educational activities. So we have to put more efforts. It is not only the ranking, the comfort which we give to the students. Particularly, I have some agenda, because why I am projecting the agenda in the beginning itself, because when you project yourself, your views, it may be easy for you to discuss what all the positive aspects, what all the negative aspects in following this, and what all the proactive measures and active measures which we can follow. And final ambition is, the final note is, the final motivation is only the wellness of the students and the higher education. Nothing stands in between us. First of all, we have to concentrate on our student amenities, hostels, especially sufficient accommodation for the girl students. And I always note about not only the lecture classes, the classrooms, but also the washrooms. So the same on classrooms and washrooms, our Honorable Prime Minister's focus on Swachh Bharat has improved the status of the washrooms also. In spite of that, we are seeing students agitating for washrooms. We are seeing students for agitating for. So we have to concentrate on such things, and availability for classroom for all courses, because we are sharing the classrooms, and we have to have particular focused classrooms for all courses. State like Telangana, the state which we say is fastly developing, and I can say unless a state which is focusing on student education, focusing on higher education, and focus there, the employability is focused because of our education, we cannot say a state is fully developed. The pillars of development, the major pillar of development is higher education, basic education and higher education. So we have to fulfill our ambition of our higher education, only we can say our state is a fully developed state. That is my humble opinion. Then emphasis on practical based education. We always focus, because degree based, as our Honorable Prime Minister always says, you should not be a job seekers, you should be job givers. So practical based education we have to focus. You may be most of the vice chancellors may be focusing on that. It is not that when I mention, no, we are already doing, what is the focus on that? It is for the vice chancellors or the institutions. We have to concentrate more on this.
Always says, you should not be a job seekers, you should be job givers. So practical based education we have to focus. You may be most of the vice chancellors may be focusing on that. It is not that when I mention, no, we are already doing, what is the focus on that? It is for the vice chancellors or the institutions. We have to concentrate more on this. If you are focusing on, more focus should be on that. And if you are have not focused, the focus should be started. And if it is not fulfilled, and if it is not focused to the expectation of the students or to the expectation of the society, it should change the direction towards the expectation of the students. And establishment of skill training centers, setting of placement cells, career guidance and counseling, organizing placement melas, competitive examination coaching facilities. It is very important, because our students are not only learning for the degrees, but they want to be more in higher positions. So competitive examination coaching and G20 and Y20 celebrations, involvement of students. Already I communicated with all the vice chancellors, because this G20 is a pride of India. So we are, before and all, the nation was looking towards other countries for solutions. But now the other nations are looking towards India for solution. So we are moving very fast, and this should be felt by the students. And students also should participate in Y20 conference. This is UR20 conferences. So we wanted the universities to take forward the message, and I want to know how many universities conducted such great conference, because I myself attended 2 or 3 colleges, universities. I wanted to know from you how many Y20 conferences and how the message of G20 conference has been projected towards the students, and setting of alumni association and alumni meetings. Immediately I became the governor. My dream project was the connected chancellor. I wanted all the alumni within 1 week, all the alumni of the universities to be contacted, and so that the past students help the future students, so that they gain their position and they gain their degree and they gain their life because of the education from the particular university, and because it is high time that they have to contribute towards the university. I am not saying that alumni associations are not working, but to that, not to that extent, because some alumni association is there and some few alumni are really helping the students for construction of some lab or scholarship, but it is not enough. The wealth of alumni should totally contribute, should be utilized fully by the present students. The capacity of the past students should be utilized by the future students. And uploading the certificates on National DigiLocker for the benefit of the students. Sports promotion at all university level. That too also. Sports, we have sports classes and all those things. But to that extent, as we take, as our students take part in the national games, in the Olympic games, nowadays the government is motivating them. So even the peripheral students are taking part in that. Even Para-Olympics, we have got medals. So we have to motivate the students in that level, and participation in the ranking systems, the national, global level. That is one of my dream, and going for NAC accreditation. You all will know because when I personally went to the NAC committee at Bangalore, conducted at Bangalore, and all our higher education department came there personally. I handed over in what all our higher education is lacking, but I don't know how it is rectified. So a lot of problems we faced, and the NAC chairman itself projected some of the problems faced by the Telangana higher education, and we have already submitted it. I want the follow-up of that. And collaborations with other prestigious national and international organizations and universities. Some of the universities already signed MOU, I know that, but in spite of that, we have to be more proactive so that each and every student is benefited by such collaborations. And community outreach of the university social responsibilities, and Swachh campus. And most of the universities follow that, but still more efforts are needed. And green campus universities, that is also followed by most of the universities, but more green coverage is needed. And groundwater conservation and rainwater programs also should be conducted by the conservation of rainwater, conservation of the groundwater initiatives should be followed by the universities. And any best practices, I want all the universities, vice chancellors to come out with a report, what all the best practices followed in your universities. And some of the additional points which I want to project are the motivating the students, not only academic social responsibilities, but academic entrepreneurship, because now it is a competitive world. So while earn and learn, or earn while learn. So we have to motivate the students because they have so much of leisure time, and so we motivate them for academic entrepreneurship, so that the marginalized students who are studying in our universities start learning when earning when they learn itself. And this leads to education and economic empowerment. While gaining the educational empowerment itself, the students should gain the economic empowerment. And the innovations, the research activities, more focus on publications, more focus on innovations, and more focus on research activities. My request is, sometimes the research activities and the publications are by some certain students, always they come forefront. Please pull down the last bench students also, motivate them who are all not yet published, who are all not yet, there is a grade mark now, but in spite of that we have to motivate the students, and so that they have to come up with more publications and more research activities. And from now I want to announce that best practices, there will be an award from the Chancellor for the best practices in each university, and Chancellor award for the best academic activities from the universities. And another thing I want to mention here is, please bring out, I already mentioned in the Vice Chancellor video conference, because this G20 magazines, souvenir we can bring out. We can ask the students to write about the pride of Telangana, the heritage of Telangana, and the Telangana movement, so that this will be a great data. It will give a great data, good data about the our agitations, our improvement, and our academic activities, and all these things should be projected in that souvenir. And good online platform, because now Raj Bhavan is going to inaugurate a digital library. Because during the pandemic, we are very proud that we are one of the states who initiated the online education. I always say, during the pandemic, the online education have become the lifeline of the academicians. So we initiated much ahead of other universities. So this online platform for the students, whether it is interactions, whether a scientific forum, or presentations of the paper, or inaugurating or discussing with the international forum, that should be encouraged by the students, by the faculty, and the students should be motivated for that. And apart from that, some of the problems which we face in Telangana, it is little matter of concern. For example, employability, even the government came out with for recruitment. They wanted a common recruitment board, and because of my inputs from UGC and from other universities and from the academicians, I was unable to endorse the common recruitment board. And I have referred to our Honorable Rashtrapati for endorsement by writing some of my concerns on that. And even some private university bills, because I have gone to all the universities, I visited the universities, and in one of the university, Vice Chancellor had a problem. But before 1 year itself, I went to that university and I projected and I conveyed what all the problems personally I noticed, and I wrote a letter to the state government. But after 1 year, that has, what I wrote before 1 year has found to be true, and even the court has come out with its views, what we told. Even some of the universities, vice chancellors who are continuing, I wanted immediately search committee, and I accepted the extension of the university vice chancellors. In spite of that, I know that immediately they should be replaced. But in spite of my writings and notice saying that immediately search committee should be formed, and immediately even the same person can be appointed as vice chancellor, but the system should be followed. And that was also not followed by the government, and recently the court has heavily come down about that proceedings also. And because of all this, I have to say, I am totally focusing on the higher education, but you all know as a chancellor, but the higher education department and the government has to take some decisions, even though we are the chancellors and we are following the universities, but some of the decision making and some of the immediate measures cannot be taken forward by the chancellor. So, but I constantly convey my message. Even one of the, for example, Basra University, even though it is not coming under our purview, but when I went, I felt that some counseling classes should be there. But in spite of that, we are now noticing the very, very disheartening to see the suicide attempts of the children. So before 1.5 years itself, I focused that some counseling classes should be there. So these all things which my intention is not finding fault with anybody, not to create controversies, but to be constructive. I want to always to be a catalyst. And I want the state to, because I have seen the students, they are even in NEET. You have seen these students have come out with flying colors. Even in all India examinations, when compared to other states, the toppers are more from Telangana state. So my request is, please feed the children who are all hungry, who are all knowledge hungry. So we have to feed them. I don't know whether we are feeding to that satisfaction, whether we are filling their ambitions, expectations. So the main aim of this Vice Chancellor's conference is that we have to look after what all the expectations of the students, what all we have to fulfill, what all the gaps which are seen by the students, and we have to look after that they are exemplifying in their academic activities. And apart from that, how we are going to follow the NEP 2020. Because as an academician, I really, when I read about the NEP 2020, as our Honorable Prime Minister says, that moving the children from the classrooms to the international scenario, the world scenario, world forum, and looking after their nutrition, looking after their education, and what all the drawbacks the students were facing in the previous system, and now everything has been rectified. So it is our duty, because it is implemented in a much greater way, in a much systematic way, and more academicians and more the opinion from more students, more academicians, more teachers, and more parents, lakhs and lakhs of people have expressed their views, and from that, as a juice, this national NEP 2020 has been formed and implemented. So it is our duty to take forward the implementation of NEP 2020 with its full form. So my request is, whatever may be I know some of the limitations of our Vice Chancellors and some of the problems even the Vice Chancellors are facing, but in spite of that, whatever may be the hurdles, whatever may be the problems we face, we have to help the students, and we have to make our state the topmost state in our higher education. And most of the time I have noticed, because I see in the newspaper, some of the students want more marks, and they want the examinations to be postponed, and they want more courses, and they want the fees of the PhD to be reduced. So many problems the students are facing. But my worry is, I am unable to help them in their day-to-day activities. But I am holding the rope for them. I can assure the younger generation of Telangana that I am there to protect them, because I can tell a small story. When children were crossing a rope bridge, the mother was standing at the other side. The rope bridge was with holes and it was shaky. The children were thinking, oh, this is shaking and we are about to fall, and there are lots of holes in that. And why the mother is standing on the other side? She is not coming to help me. So I may fall down. Why my mother is not coming here? She is standing at the other end. And then when they passed, only they found the mother was holding the other end of the rope. Otherwise the bridge would have collapsed. So the mother is holding and standing on the other side, holding it strongly, so that the younger generation are not collapsing and their ambitions are not collapsed. My situation is like that only. So I am holding them, but day to day, because of the limitations of Chancellor and because of some of the problems I face with the state government also, we are unable to help the student faculty day to day basis. But my intention, whether to the passing of the bills or supporting the bills, we're opposing the bills, all because I have to support the youngsters. It is only for the younger generation and it is only to the safeguard them. That is my intention, and to my conscience, I am working for them. And this, we can, let us have a open discussion. Even if you want to criticize also, you can tell me, so that if you want to tell anything also, you can tell me, so that we can come to a solution. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now, with the permission of Honorable Governor and Chancellor, now Honorable Governor will inaugurate the Raj Bhavan's digital library.
Actually, this digital library is inaugurated with the intention of more students should be benefited, the marginalized students who cannot get their academic books. So our department, our office put more efforts to organize this digital library with all sections of education, whether it is medicine, engineering, whether BCom, BA or arts, science or diplomas. We have collected all the books with the National Digital Library India, with a collaboration with them, so that they can reach out this digital library at any time. This will be a very good for the students who are unable to get the books and who want to reach out and who can appear for the more competitive examinations and who want to exemplify in their academic activities.
Ma'am, first we will see SCRT Telangana books, ma'am. Here you see, madam, mathematics class 9th. Yeah, so here both the Telugu medium books are there, English medium books are there, ma'am. So the school children also, they can access from our digital library. Yeah, so chapter wise they can access. Then go to other intermediate. Yeah, IIT, JEE and NEET previous year's question papers along with solution also is available. Yeah, all the papers, ma'am. Can you show NEET? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are available. Then can you show BTech computer science subjects? Yeah, one of the subjects, ma'am. Yeah, so these are various books, madam. So students can freely access wherever they are. If they have network, internet, they can access. Even if it is Nagar Karnool, if it is Bhadrachalam, if it is Adilabad, students can access. Then can you show medical books? MBBS and other medical books are also on reference books and journals. They're all available on this, ma'am. Yeah, various case studies, research papers, of other universities are all available. Can you go to other one? Career development, competitive exams. Yeah, here madam, competitive exams like UPSC, Railway Recruitment Board, Staff Selection, UPA, Institute of Banking. Yeah, just show some UPSC, yeah. These are all various papers, ma'am. Previous papers. So they are all available at single place. So that students need not go to various other places and, at single place we are able to provide all the old papers along with solutions. Okay. All UPSC papers, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay, I want all the Vice Chancellor to propagate about this library to your students. We took much effort, almost 6 months to 7 months effort, and we reached out doctors for medical books, and we reached out the academicians for academic books. So very elaborately we have worked on it. So it should be totally utilized, not only introduction, it should be totally utilized. And the thought of it came when I had some interaction with some of the tribal students on online classes. They were unable to reach out the online courses. So the thought came, and then we have successfully implemented it. The success of this will be as many as children who utilize this library. So I want all the Vice Chancellors to propagate about this digital library. We have almost all books, most of the books, we have fed in that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And if ma'am permit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I request NIC Senior Technical Director, Mr. Srinivas Subbarao Garu, to give demo on Chancellor Connects alumni. So from Raj Bhavan website.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good morning, madam. So already all the Vice Chancellors and the senior officers from the various universities, so they are onboarded with this Chancellor Connects alumni. So nearly 1197 applications received as on today, and among them 784 applications were successfully accepted, and 8 applications were rejected due to various reasons, and 405 applications are pending, and 470 IDs are also generated, actually. So even then, some of the VCs and registrars they are facing some technical glitch actually. So now we want to show the live application, live demonstration, ma'am. And before going to the live demonstration, I want to express my sincere gratitude towards Honorable Governor, ma'am, for giving your time and for witnessing this live application, live demonstration. And as a NIC, a technical partner, so we are very much pride to have this type of interaction with the Governor Raj Bhavan office. And in future also we will try to integrate some more applications as and required from the NIC side, I am saying, ma'am. And we will show the end-to-end solution process for this application. So my colleague Mr. Anil, he will, okay, ready? So in the from the Governor portal, alumni is the link is there, ma'am. So in this actually everything is a secured one. So with user ID, password, and we have integrated with the SMS as well as the email also. So all the information will be passed in the form of email. So two types of registrations are there. One is the alumni registration, and second one is the university registration. And presently 14 universities are enrolled, which are onboarded with our application. So yeah. So I think I'll hand over to my colleague.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. We are doing the live registration of one of the alumni of Osmania University, Mr. Uday Kumar. I have selected the username as Uday M and chosen the password for him. typing the full name and entering the mail ID. Mobile number. Enter the mobile number, and he will be a student, so I'm selecting the student as role, and then for security reasons entering the CAPTCHA. Yeah, now he will be receiving an OTP on his email ID, which he will share with us to complete the registration process. We are yet to receive the email.
Finally, card will come.
The Raj 331.
Till card comes, it comes. No?
No, sir. Updates, promotions. Updates. All mail good. Good registration.
Actually, my request, you proceed, meantime I'll start. My request is because you know the number of alumni in our university and number of them registered, you can how negligible the amount is. So from 2 years since we are trying this, but in between pandemic, I want each and every university to focus on this. So this it's a great treasure. It's a great treasure which we utilize to the present education system. But some of the alumni have come out with good number of work. There are auditorium construction, crores and crores, but much more can be got from them. So my request is, please, whatever may be the hurdles obstacles you face in that, you can rectify it. But we have simplified. Before we had a little complicated registration, but we have simplified everything. But only our concern is somebody should not be a false registration, that's all. They should, because we are giving a card. After completion, ID card we are giving that he belongs to this, he is an alumni of this university. So he can have it. He can show his children also. See, I learned from this university, and because of this I have the alumni card. This is a pride of our institution, is our pride. So when our Madras Medical College faced some of the problems in demolition something, immediately we MMC students went there and we prevented that problem, and even the student faculty is more benefited by that. So this is our duty. So the connection between our institution and ourselves doesn't complete after getting the degrees. It is eternal. It is still our life. because our life is gained by through our university. So my appeal is I have to more concentrate on this because we have basic work, everything we have done. Just you have to motivate the alumni. It's completed?
Yes, sir. We have received the OTP and entered the OTP, and the candidate's registration is completed successfully. Now we will continue to log in with his credentials just now created and then update his profile along with his photograph and other details like his educational qualification. We'll now log in.
If it is delayed, then we'll proceed because
Yes, ma'am.
time
We'll do
is
it,
precious.
ma'am.
Yeah. Let them proceed.
Can we use your username and password, sir?
Yeah, that's what we'll proceed, and when it comes, just you can show.
Yes.
And another thing, two things I actually forgot to mention here, the health profile of the students. In the first Vice Chancellor conference, I told about that. We have to have the health profile because that is particularly female children. When we have the health profile, it will be useful for their future pregnancy and other treatments also. So it is, and anything to be corrected. Because nowadays we say that for getting good generation, pre-conceptional stage itself, everything should be connected. See, we want anemia free, malnutrition free student faculty. First, some of the universities are maintaining, I think. I wanted regular health checkups. Yeah, you can report in your reporting. So for that only I wanted Dr. Raghuram also.
నేను ఎవరికైనా సమాజంలో కావాల్సింది విద్య, వైద్యం, ఉపాధి అవకాశాలు. ఈ మూడు కొద్దిమంది చేతిలో